Does this look like the people that you saw? Is that?
I think what's more dangerous was the old hag that used to live in the forest, but that's also been dealt by that same party. So
The same party?
yes, they've done a very good job.
Okay.
And they're murderers too. They killed an old hag.
An old lady?
I mean, the old hag, she had kidnapped several children and cast them under a spell. Sorry, the elf, she cut her finger off and had a necklace of fingers. Yes, that's another detail. A necklace of fingers.
They're taking trophies of old ladies that they killed. Okay.
Yes. Now you say it out loud. Post
Oh, one sec.
battle.
Grab my phone charger.
Do not forget, you have these goblinoid notes. You have this cloak and pearl. You are onwards right now to a town called Ruddlebarn, it seems, en route to Karalviese. You're with Jansen Tubbs, a travelling merchant, slightly large, curly red hair, with a curled moustache and pointed goatee beard, the wide-brimmed straw hat, a long light green coat with crisscross patterns and a white poncho.
Did you say there's a goblin pearl and goblin notes?
You've got, well, it's not to say it's a goblin pearl, it's a pearl of some kind, but you've got notes, goblin notes, I think is, yes, accurate. Anyway, this merchant you're with, who usually is quite jovial, is a bit put under because he just had a javelin in his leg, which someone's just pulled out, and he's healed himself. He's back, but you know he has just been skewered. And yeah, the current weather: spring, blue cloudless skies between the forest canopy, late afternoon. Post battle. What are you doing? Jansen's in the corner just rubbing his leg.
Did one of us heal him?
Yeah, is he alright? Okay.
I gave
fine.
him something, right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. But he's still like rubbing his leg.
I feel like we probably should give Jansen a little telling off for leading us this way, you know? No?
So it was your conscious decision. He did say at one point we could go this way or we could go a longer way.
Yeah. He
But
did
if
give
you
us the option.
look, Sangman, if you want to tell off this man who has no right to be told off, you go for it.
There was no information in that choice, though. I feel like we were just making round decisions.
I feel like he was saying like it could be a trap, and you were like, "Let's go."
I'm sure he did say it would be a bit more dangerous going this way.
Well, I did not
that
hear
is
this
true. He
conversation.
did say it would be a bit more dangerous going this way. You could go the longer route, and you were like, "No, let's go this way."
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna. Wait, shit. Am I still a panther?
Are you?
It doesn't really track it on D&D Beyond.
How long does Panther form last?
There's no panther tracker.
There's no panther tracker, no.
I guess technically, if you want to be in Panther mode, you can still be in Panther mode because you're not the one who investigated the camp.
3 hours
Right.
before reverting back. I'm just going to come back out of Panther form and be like, well, that was wild. Did you see how many I killed? I'm glad you're not dead, Pete. Come on.
Ow.
Are we doing all right? Are we doing good?
Yes, I just made it by the skin of my teeth, I think. Thanks for the healing potions, friends. It's a shame we had to use one on this man, Handsome Tubbs.
Yeah, you could say Handsome Tubbs really owes us now.
I would say he owes us one healing potion, but I suppose that is the cost of traveling with traveling the dangerous road.
Well, I mean, it was your decision. I did say we could go this way, full well knowing goblins were in the area, or we could go the longer route, and you opted for this. I feel like it's not my fault,
Yes.
and I had nothing to really gain from it. I did get skewered at some point, which is
you're lucky. You're lucky you chose a group of brave adventurers to protect you.
Did I not see two of you fall over at some point?
I was almost dead, actually.
Yes, same here.
Oh.
We all suffered here, Jansen. We all suffered here, but it's, it's
Not
everyone.
a competition.
We're all. You got a javelin to the leg. It's fine. Peter and Morton nearly died. They didn't. It's fine.
Yes, you're right. We all didn't get through that one unharmed, did we? I guess that's par for the course.
And whose fault is that exactly?
I don't. The goblins.
Yes, I would say the goblins.
I don't think it's my fault.
Don't know. This is the goblins' land. You led us into it. I don't really see.
I gave you two very clear options. I feel.
Can I just put in and give a bit of input? Should we, carry on moving just in case more goblins come along?
We are just standing around in the remainder of that.
Yes, let's continue this conversation on the road.
It's your fault.
Okay, let's let us away. And you previously managed to move the carts just enough to be able to get past it, I think, before the actual ambush was sprung. So you're good. Come on, Betsy. As he leads the horse off, and they turn, and you continue down the canopied path of the forest. It's late afternoon.
So sorry. Pete went into the camp and he checked around, and all he found was the pearl and the and the writing, the note that it said something about
and a cloak.
What was it say again?
He can't remember.
Well, I guess you bring out the parchment.
I do have it, right? I probably grabbed it.
You did grab it.
Okay,
yes.
I'll read it. I've obviously forgotten, so Pete will read it again.
Okay.
What did it say?
So essentially,
maybe I'll read it aloud. Everybody, I found something.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the cliff notes, but
okay, yeah, that's fine.
It is it's news from Raxel, the Goblin King. He's heard more from Muglubiet. Someone or something was peeking into his realm of Clangor, testing boundaries between planes. News spreads. This is happening all over. Other divine beings and deities sense it, yet they do not wish to meddle in other planar affairs for their ill-minded sense of duty and domain. But evidently something is disrupting their home, and the other planes continued, and this has caused some kind of strife for some kind of deity that the goblinoids revere / fear. And this
That's
news...
Meglubiet. They fear.
Yeah. And this comes from a Raxel, Raxl, some sort of self-proclaimed goblin king.
Okay.
Yeah.
I quickly kind of jotted notes down in that Sunscraper inventory sheet of that note, just so we can see it.
That's cool. But yeah, that's what you know. Well, that's what you know from the notes.
Have we met Did we meet Neglubliet?
I feel
when we
like
were in that underwater temple, we peered into hell.
No, wasn't that fish people?
That was fish people. That was the Sahuagin, and that was fish people. And when you looked into the portal, that was to a series of devils and demons on Avernus, the first level of hells. Those are the notes from what you've read.
Okay, well, I suppose we should probably feed back this information to the guild, whatever the arcane guild, whatever it is.
Everbright Guild.
Everbright Guild. Yes, I know that as I'm a member.
A member. Yeah. Are we going to see them? Is that what's happening?
Well, we owe them money because we
because of our credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll give them the note while we're there. That will help, I think.
Perhaps for a discount.
Perhaps, hopefully, because I would like to keep some of this 1,000 gold, frankly.
I guess Tubby needs to hurry up a little bit because we've lost time, haven't we? It's like I'm gonna sort of like josh him a little bit and be like, "Can you speed up a bit?" You know.
I'm doing my best, dear boy. You know, it's the rough terrain. We're not making our way to Karalviese immediately. We're gonna have to stop off at Ruddlebarn, but we'll be there soon enough.
We're gonna stop off at Ruddlebarn.
Well, I told you this already. It's like you weren't even listening to me.
I remember that bit, but nothing about the goblins.
I told you there's an increased goblinoid presence, and I said this is the path which is more direct, quicker. But there's more risk of beasties.
You just need to start vocalizing these things a little bit more.
No, I definitely vocalized them. I definitely did.
Whatever, I guess.
Eyes on the road.
My eyes are on the road. I don't know why I'm drawing so much ire from you.
Should we all take a nap and we'll wake up at Ruddlebarn, I guess? Is that an idea?
Well, I think we might as well nap at Ruddlebarn, where it's, safe, and I think if we nap now and we get attacked by goblins again, which is apparently very, very likely to happen, I think that would be bad news for all of us. So
I'm gonna put a nice green cloak over my face and have a nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I'm awake because I don't want to.
I just sort of as Morton saying, "Well, we need to be awake. It is very important."
Great idea.
Cool.
Just remember, last time we got attacked, I almost died immediately. So I think.
Great.
You're a little bit on edge. To be fair, that makes sense. If you've almost died, you wouldn't be able to just nap.
I won't be going to sleep.
Whereas I need some tickly boo. I'm tired. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I'll take first watch, but I call the bed when we get to Ruddlebarn. The rest of you are sleeping on the floor.
I love that you assume there's only one bed.
Now, making him take the first watch after not only did he nearly die, the previous night he didn't really sleep that well because he shit himself.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Morton's not had a good night's sleep in days.
That's why I'm trying to say that Tubby should be on watch whilst we all sleep.
You'll just get killed by one arrow against that.
I'm the merchant. You're here for the watch. That's your job.
I'll take first.
That's great, but our job is to watch.
Your job was literally to do this. Yet you're falling asleep. You fell asleep.
We're tired.
Middle of the day.
Just back from a steering wheel.
It's still.
It's the middle of the damned day, and I'm giving you free passage to a city here.
While we're trying to kind of traveling, can I kind of just look at this pearl, see if I can glean anything from it, if it's magical or...
Yeah, make a quick Arcana check on the pearl itself.
Natural 18 plus 0, 18.
18.
Yeah.
Yes, there is some sort of arcane that it's a magical item of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and the green cloak that's draped over Pete's head right now, you see it's got some filigree of leaves. In fact, actually part of the cloak itself looks to be made out of a leaf-like substance, all layered atop each other.
Does it look kind of druidy?
I mean, I guess it looks woodsy.
Woodsy.
Yeah.
I'll speak to Pete about that when we get to Ruddlebarn. I won't wake him. He looks he did nearly just die. I'll leave it. But
sure.
So the pearl is magical, but I don't know like kind of what magic. It'll have to be looked at by someone else.
Well, you can attune to it.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, as we kind of drive, I'll just attune to the pearl.
Sure. So we're saying the next few hours go by. Things seem okay enough. I mean, you've still flanked, like you've still got forest around you. I'll have.
It's just me and Theros are awake.
It's just you and Theros awake right now, and Theros is focused on a little pearl.
He doesn't want to talk to me then.
Well, apparently not.
I'll be like, what is it? I'm kind of distracted. I'm like, ooh, a kind of shiny kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. It can wait, I'm sure.
Oh, sorry, Morton. Go on. What? Did you have something to say?
Well, I just interested in how you got your magic abilities, and because, I've read a lot, and that's how I've learned my spells. But you seem to just wake up in a forest one day and learn magic, and I've always been a little bit envious of that.
I mean, it is a burden to know 70 spells, but only be able to take 10 of them. No, I was just, spending time alone in the forest. So I had a lot of time to kind of think and reflect, and it's just a lot of, it's kind of the kind of stereotypical awakening of powers. I was meditating in a glade, and a deer came up to me and placed its nose on my hand, and there was a bit of an awakening. And then from that point on, I was just, experimenting with all the twigs and leaves, and that's where all these earthy powers came from.
You can just do it?
Yeah, I've got. I can't really explain it. My powers come from somewhere higher up, I suppose, but there's no sort of deity that I'd think's given me the powers. It's just an innate thing that woke in me.
Fascinating. Well, that's good to know.
If you need some help in the future, maybe I can. I know some of your abjuration magic, not a huge amount, but maybe I can help you practice some spells.
I'd like that. Thanks, Theros.
It's okay, one. And I'm glad you didn't die. It'd have been really bad for me to tell my father that I'm going off with my new family and then immediately lose them all.
Imagine if you'd gone crawling back. Hey, Dad.
They're all dead.
My friends died. Hey, Dad, it's been 2 hours. All my friends died.
About that offer. I'm back.
Well, thanks, Theros. I'm glad I didn't die too.
Nice.
No worries. And then I'll kind of just go back to focusing on the pearl and seeing if there's somewhere I can slot it into my staff, maybe.
Nice.
Nice one. I like that. That was good, especially because considering Theros' start to the party, trying to talk to people and get people interested in his backstory, and no one would play ball or listen to him or anything. Nice. It's nice. Growth.
Well, I've been watching some Critical Role.
You've been watching
I know how to play this game now.
Yeah, you know how to play.
I've realized sometimes characters need to talk to each other in a party. Otherwise, there's no point to any of it.
Shocking.
Oh, nice one.
No, I'm just thinking about what Pete and Sangwin would be talking about right now, and it would be such just nonsense.
It's just absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
It would be like, I still don't know what Theros does or what his background is.
I'd be asking Pete about the angels. That's what I want to know.
Sorry. Yeah, I think
we are the angels. Yeah.
They just come to me and they fly around and they beat things with their stick.
Oh.
All right.
Trying to think. Theros does have a deity, and I can't remember what they're called. I'm obviously not well practiced. I'm just going to look it up while.
Yeah, sure. As you continue onwards, Theros, attuning to this pearl.
Yeah.
What you have is a pearl of power. So, whilst this pearl is on your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 expended spell slot. If the expended slot is of 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd level. Once you've used this pearl, it cannot be used until the next dawn. This is This is an item which you'll be able to find a description of online. It should be in D&D Beyond as well. But in terms of this is what this pearl is. Now that you know, you understand it, you've attuned to it. Again, items can be moved around and given to other people, and they can attune to it, and so on and so forth. But that is the pearl. Morton, could I have you make a perception check?
Okay. Perception. No. Perception is 2 plus 1, 3.
Okay. So whilst 2 of your party members are asleep and 1 is kind of fixated on a pearl, you think maybe I should have a look and see if we're being surrounded by any goblinoids or enemies or anything. You have no idea. You could be surrounded by an army of goblins, as far as you know, or you could be absolutely fine.
We're moving pretty fast. It's hard to make out things in the details.
Yeah, it is. As as Jansen turns to you and says, "Well, I'm glad someone's keeping an eye out." So, giving it some more hours, the canopied forest kind of dissipates as the trees become fewer and fewer until you just entirely leave it behind. The sky is turned a darker shade of blue with streaks of pink clouds as the evening envelops the land. And now you're onwards, and you see as you're passing hamlets and farms and fields now, like you're coming back into a civilization of sorts, and a collection of buildings densely in the ahead of you. And as you see a couple of roads kind of converge into one road heading into this, what looks to be a town, as the density of hamlets and farms and fields kind of increases as you reach said town. This is Ruddlebarn. It's a small but somewhat spread out town with wide roads. As Jansen had kind of referenced before, it's a place of trade and a resting point for many long journeys between major cities, and also between Estra and the Freystad. So you are on the way to the Freystad, once again, having been there before in Pernod. And it's a series of simple timber and brick buildings, not particularly tall, that spill out from the town's central point, before they obviously peter out and blend into the wider fields and farmlands. As you now enter the town proper, oil lamps kind of line the streets. You actually notice one elderly man with a bald and a long beard lighting them now with a long pole as you are coming into late afternoon, evening time. Various trade shop fronts there to greet the passing merchants and day-to-day townsfolk, though you see some closed for the day as they flip their signs to closed and lock up. Signs of a few trade guild structures and accompanying stables, warehouse-like structures to the distance. The town centre is slightly more dense, boasting a few 3-storey tall buildings and a town square with market stalls that have closed for the day. an essential fountain with motifs or visuals of harvest in dedication to Shantea, actually, this agricultural goddess that Simon received the token of. A goddess of life and bounty, who pours water from outstretched hands. As Jansen points towards, there. Well, that's where we're off to. We're going to spend the night at the Sleepy Wyvern Tavern, which is a modest, relatively large 3-story building, stone exterior, with some segments of like wattle and daub, Tudor style, and a creaky hanging sign depicting a sleeping wyvern under a tree, and a stable accompanying it as he kind of rides up towards that and gets ready to park the wagon and hitch his horse.
Hanson, how many rooms have you booked?
Oh, I haven't booked any rooms. We'll just see what they have available, but there's usually some rooms available.
Okay, sorry, I thought you might have sent ahead or something. I don't know.
Not typically. I never know when I'm going to arrive at any given. Like, I didn't know if I was going to take the long road or the short roads.
That's a valid point. Yes, okay.
Oh, by the way, Sam, your camera is not working for me. Have you turned it off?
Yeah, I've turned it on. It's just taking a while to load, I think.
Fair.
Dan, is this the town where I spoke to the goat that time? I think we said last time we've been through Riddlebomb before.
We've been here before.
Yeah, we have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Was this Goat Town?
I think this was the goat place.
Ah, interesting.
Is that your goat noise?
Okay. That was a goat noise, yes. So, I forgot. Ruddlebarn was also Goat Town for you. Anyway.
Did we meet anyone specifically here, or did we just stay at that place and then head off?
Stayed there.
We helped the goat situation. Like, it wasn't. We didn't just get involved for no reason. There must have been a goat owner or a.
Was it? Didn't we save the goat from some wolves?
No, didn't we send it to get eaten by wolves?
Oh yeah.
As like a sacrifice. The wolves are threatening the town, so we sent the goat.
After I spoke to the goat, and
you convinced it to go to like the forest or something.
I'm just gonna go into this Google Doc and Control F goat. Oh, this looks stupid. Okay, so
what? Us stupid? No.
Yeah, so you were heading to Estraheim. I've written down. At some point, you start, as evening falls, you start to be followed by wolves. Theros, you talk to them. Seeing they're hungry, you say maybe you'll buy them a goat. And then you give them some jerky rations as you head to Ruddlebarn. That's right. This is interesting, actually. Pete asks Pascal and Richard about getting a goat. These were 2 military police members that were previously at Ruddlebarn. You last met them actually, having taken over the outpost that Fox was previously running in Estraheim. So if you remember, you'd previously been talking to Lieutenant Fox's lot, and they were situated in Estraheim for a moment, but moved on. However, in their place was Pascal and Richard, who you had technically met in passing in Ruddlebarn. You, talking to them, you managed to find a farmstead where you go to buy a goat. Theros can't speak with animals again. You have an idiotic conversation, I put it down, as the goat. You called it Sun. You introduced it to Detective Inspector Pete Acton. The goat gets confused about what's goats and what's not goats, what's people and what's dwarfs. You convince it to walk to the forest edge. You then go back. You just kind of leave it there. You it goes to the forest edge. That's us done. It's presumably being eaten by wolves now.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, the next morning you do actually see bloodstains by the forest. A job well done. And then, you overhear something about adventurers having saved the town from a goblin raid. And then you head on. And, yes. So,
okay.
That's kind of what happened last time, it seems. But this is a familiar town then, in that case. You've been here before. Yes. As Jansen hitches his horse. Well, I will get us all rooms. I think that's fair enough. For having you saved my life today. I'll find us accommodations. Yes. You're happy with staying here?
Thanks, handsome.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, we'll come with you, handsome.
Fantastic.
Are we leaving you here, Hanson, or are we carrying on with you to...
Oh, no. I'm only stopping here just for the night, because I wish not to travel during the night. And we will be on our way first thing in morning's light to Karalviese.
Karalviese? That's fine with me. I was just checking if you still wanted us around.
Oh, absolutely. You've shown your worth, despite the back chats. You've shown your worth in saving my life. As you then enter the Sleepy Wyvern Tavern, it is you've seen nicer taverns. It's got kind of relatively low ceilings and wooden bars, and it's a warm feeling, warm lighting, shelter, and let's see. You have a male half-elf with sharp elven features, long silver hair, and a smart waistcoat behind the counter. Not the counter, behind the bar. As Jansen goes and says, I'll have... we have 5 people, so I'll have a room to myself, please. And can I please have 2 double rooms for my friends here?
Do we hear that?
Yes, you do. Do you say anything?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Excuse me, handsome. I would like to point out that Pete and I did nearly die saving your life, and we gave you one of our precious health potions. I think that might be worth more than a room to share each.
Well, the room would have 2 beds. I'm not telling you that one person sleeps on the floor.
Well, can we just check that with the barkeep here, please?
Barkeep, the double rooms, they have 2 beds, yes? Not just one double bed. Yes, I do have a couple of rooms with 2 beds in them, yes, if that's amenable to you. I'd say so. Would you? As he turns.
That's amenable.
Fantastic. I'm not. You may think I'm a successful. I am a successful merchant, but I'm not made of money. Fantastic. Well, here's his payment, and he, pays for the rooms. There we go. Well, we have lodgings for the night. Huzzah! How are we feeling? How was your nap, Sangmin and Pete?
I sneeze. Yeah, great nap, thank you. Got a bit of a rash though.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's a bit red there. Can you see?
Well, maybe. Why? Well, where'd you get that from?
I don't know. Is there something in the fields around here? Maybe I honestly don't know.
No, not to my knowledge. Do we have?
Okay.
Bartender, is there a rash, or is it a deadly plague going around these parts?
Get out like a tissue and like blow my nose.
Whoa. Anyone else feeling worse? I feel absolutely fine. Well, actually, now you mention it, maybe I'm a tickle in my throat.
Tickle in the throat, perhaps.
Maybe. There's no. Sorry, what's your name? My name's Varen. Varen. No, sorry, not Varen. I got that wrong.
You just said your name's Varen, though.
My name's Raphael. I read the wrong NPC line. Okay. My name
Raphael. Is there anything in the air around here, or no?
No.
What crops do you grow around here exactly? It might be setting off my hay fever.
Well, I mean, we have hay aplenty. But
that might be it then.
Wheat.
It could also be the leaf coat cloak that you're wearing.
What, this? And I like drag some like leaves over the rash. This? No, surely not. This seems perfectly fine, right? Just loads of leaves.
Do you have a rash on you?
Yeah. Okay. And the leaves are like up against it.
Oh, I mean, that might be the cloak is covered in leaves. I don't know if that's sort of an ivy.
Get these off? It seems to be part of the cloak. It's a bit strange, that really.
Let me take a look at that, Pete.
Oh yeah, just see if it has any hay in it.
Can I get the cloak for hay?
Make an Arcana check.
Although right now, because he was asleep in it. Do you have to actively be attuning to stuff?
I wasn't attuning to it. I was just asleep.
He wasn't attuning.
Under
he was
it.
actually using it to sleep. Yeah.
I just got a 7.
7. Okay. A faint arcane presence here. I'll tell you this much: no hay, and also with you inspecting it, you do not feel like you don't suddenly come out in a rash.
Right. Pete, I think it's best I probably hang on to this. I know it's kind of spoiled, and I've got this pearl and a cloak now, but...
Didn't I have the pearl?
Did you have the pearl?
Yeah, but he was the one who... I guess you showed it. In any case...
Oh, okay.
Theros has the cheat to it.
I'll have that pearl back, and then...
Yeah.
Then we're even.
I'll trade you the pearl for the cloak.
Yeah, great.
It's Pearl of Power.
Excellent. I'll grab that and start rubbing it on my wrist. That's much better. This is really soothing, actually.
Histamine.
Yeah.
Okay,
God.
so I'll remove that and put that in Pete's inventory, and then I'll take the cloak.
Remember, it's actually green. It may look black in certain light, but it's actually a green cloak.
Yes.
Yeah, leaves really set off my...
it's a dark green.
It's very dark green.
Yeah. All right. Well, you are now in this tavern with an evening or a night to spare. Anything in particular you do?
Well, I mean,
I want to wrap my up.
Probably not that sleepy. Like,
oh yeah, no. You two have had like hours of sleep. You're wired, man.
Yeah.
And it's like it's coming in tonight.
Because Theros hasn't had any sleep, I'm probably just gonna go hit the hay in the figurative sense and not get a rash and just go straight to bed. So I can get a good long rest in.
Morton will hit the hay. Literally, he'll go and punch some hay in it. No, I'm joking. I'm going to go to bed as well.
Okay.
Okie dokes. Cool.
I mean, should we just also go sleep again, Pete? Like,
I'm not actually that tired.
I know, but
maybe it's time for us to have a bit of a connection.
I don't know.
It's okay. I can go talk to some NPCs. Don't worry about it.
I do have questions about these angels that you keep resisting.
What about the
like?
They're just police officers
every time, or is it always different angels?
Sometimes I recognize them, yeah, but sometimes it's new. They just sort of. There's lots of them. It's
and
hard
they're
to keep
all.
track.
Why are they loyal to you?
Because they're loyal to Tyre, the god of justice. So I serve Tyre.
I see.
They serve justice. That's what I do every day when I wake up.
What do you think about my theory that they are previous police officers?
I mean, in some ways, it's kind of dark. If it's people who have served alongside.
Hey, not to be too morbid, Pete, but if today had gone differently, you could have been an angel.
Oh God, no! It's horrifying to think. I've been alongside people who've died in the line of duty. It's tough. I don't know. Maybe it is them. Maybe.
Well, good night.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to someone else. This is great.
As you're speaking, are you? Can I assume you're kind of like sitting at a bar at this point, like, or
we were like drinking
at
or
a table,
whatever,
like had drinking.
We're having dinner, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. As the others kind of went to go to sleep. But yeah, you have some meats and some cheeses and some breads. It's a simple supper. Jansen, he says, "Well, I should probably get some rest in because."
Jansen was with us.
Well, I was just kind of
that conversation.
I wasn't listening in. I was writing up some accounts and such. But I was just next to you. I wasn't.
Wait, you were writing whilst we were talking?
No, accounting. Just. Is that cough going around somewhere? Is that really
I know.
plague?
My rash is gone. Now look at it; it's completely gone.
Oh. Well, that's good, but now I'm concerned that there's some sort of illness that's kind of besieged this town.
Maybe.
Sorry, that's just how I get to sleep.
Well, it's like from upstairs, it's a really loud cough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is everyone else? As he looks around the room full of. I mean, it looks to be some people who seem to live here as farmers, as shopkeepers, and a few who look to maybe be like traveling merchants as well. And he's trying to gauge if they're looking pretty peaky or not. A couple of interesting. Well, I say there's one person, kind of who looks at you a couple of times from the corner, who's just nursing a drink. Who is a female dragonborn with a scar and missing scales on her right cheek, a red dragonborn. She's not looking to like interact with you, but she's just kind of a quick glance over as Jansen makes brief eye contact with her whilst scanning the rest of the bar. Well, I mean, I might retire for the night now. I did enjoy your stories about angels, but not that I was listening.
Jansen,
that person over there?
You just looked at that person and you're like, I'm gonna go to bed.
No, I'd intended to go to sleep anyway. I don't know who that person is. I've never met them before.
I think you do.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh no! Oh, so he only he was making eye contact with people as he was kind of surveying.
So he looked at everyone.
Well, no, he didn't look eye to eye, but it seems like a couple of people met his gaze whilst he was looking around. One of them was this person, but there was no sense of like recognition in that stare. They were just looking in your general direction. But there was no kind of movement. There was no sense of like, I know this person. Nothing of the sort. But Jansen says, I do not know them. I do not know who they are. I've been here a few times, yet I know a small handful of people, mostly shopkeepers and such. Yes.
No friends? No.
Well, I'm a travelling merchant. I have friends in certain cities, but this is not a big hub of transport. I mean, this is sort of an in-between place, as it were. I have contacts here, certainly a few shopkeepers and such, but I've been here a handful of times. I mean, if you do wish to sort of, make arrangements or do any shopping or, I don't know, whatever else you want to do in the morning, I might be able to help with that with my meagre contacts, but for now is not a time of business. Now is a time of rest.
This whole time, have you had like a sort of gaping wound in your leg from the javelin?
Well, actually, that reminds me, I should probably check on it, shouldn't I? as he pulls up his baggy trousers.
Oh, that stinks. Oh, God.
Oh,
I don't think it's
that's
too
what's
bad.
making me ill.
I don't think it's too bad. It actually looks pretty healed over very well. That healing potion kind of healed it over. I think it's okay. No?
I'd get someone to look at that if I were you.
No. Raphael, as he shouts to the bar. Yes. You don't have any, I don't know,
Saffron.
what would I need? What would I need to clean the wound? Like a sort of a high proof alcohol, or what would you recommend?
Yeah, that would be a good start. Yeah.
Do you have like a medical alcohol for
Your strongest stuff,
Rocky,
Raphael.
what is your strongest spirit?
Your strongest booze, Raphael. Bring it over here.
And by spirit, I don't mean the angels.
Well, you sure? Yes. Bring your strongest booze, as it were. And that you are, as they come over with a clear, a whole bottle, or just a few shots.
The bottle. Bring the bottle.
Wait. How much will this set me back?
Can you put a price on your health?
On a leg.
Can you put your price on a leg?
Okay, and let me just go up to the bar, and I'll talk to this Raphael. As you overhear him say, look, I don't need the expensive stuff. Just give me whatever you've got that's cheap, high-proof alcohol, okay?
Isn't that really
don't
nasty?
listen to these people. Don't listen to them. Okay, I just need this for medical purposes. If the others are going to drink it, fine. But I just need this for my leg. You see? Does it smell bad to you? It doesn't smell bad. I don't know what they're talking. Does it smell bad? Sorry, I shouldn't ask you. I'm so sorry, Raphael. As he then makes payment for this kind of scuffed, clear bottle with a sort of. Well, it's a clear liquid, but it's got a tint of like brown to it. And this won't cause me any damage if I put it on my leg. Not that I know of, sir. Fantastic. Do you have maybe a rag, a clean? Actually, no, never mind. I've got a handkerchief. I'll use my clean handkerchief. Thank you very much, Raphael. So he places the bottle on the table. Well, if you may, give me a moment. Okay. Ow! Oh, that hurts. Oh, that stung more than I thought it would.
That's good. That's a sign. It's healing.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just have a quick shot of this. Enjoy. Well, I'm off to bed now. Always
nice to put yourself in considerable pain just before bed.
Well, exactly. Wouldn't sleep otherwise without a bit of.
I like to
pain.
go to bed terrified.
Fun.
I like to go to bed terrified.
Absolutely.
Yes. For my life.
Yes. Well, I feel like I'll be having some nightmares tonight about goblins, hobgoblins, the big hairy one. Anyway, if there's nothing else you need from me, dear boys. Nighty nights! As he starts to hobble away. Ooh. Raphael, as he tips his straw hat to him, and Raphael just kind of...
This guy, his character has changed so much. My dear boy.
He's an eccentric character, to say the least. As he hobbles off to his bedroom. But you're left alone with the bottle.
Now that guy's gone. Seriously, what's with the angels?
They just come to me.
Okay.
Right.
Do you feel like you get some angels?
Possible, if you commit yourself to justice.
Oh. Probably.
Do you believe in that?
No. No, I don't.
I actually kind of forget that I'm the sort of, police officer who would hunt criminals. And you're kind of just a criminal, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird dynamic we have, but
Have you ever thought it'd be nice just to help someone for the sake of it?
Oh. I don't act all like pious. Like, you don't act or you don't help people out of goodwill. You just do it because you're told to.
Well, I never really thought about it like that. Are you saying that I'm just part of the system?
Maybe.
Oh, am I just
he's
working
going to wake up tomorrow and he's not going to believe
Am I just working for the man? Is that it?
Yeah. I think so. Hey.
Oh, dear.
I don't want to mess with your sense of self too much, so I'm going to hit the hay.
Okay, well, watch out. You don't want to get a rash.
No, I know.
Just drop that bombshell and then peace.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
As you've got this bottle in front of you as well, which I guess you take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might come in handy for Pete's self-doubt.
Oh no, am I just going to sit here with this very strong spirit?
Maybe.
Cool.
That sounds about right, actually.
Yeah.
I might go over to the bar and start talking to Raphael.
Are you well?
Oh, so I didn't mean... Okay, we can run this if you want.
No, you don't have to.
We can.
You don't have
I'll
to.
start the conversation, but then this will go on.
Sure.
How'd you become a barkeep, Raphael? Why did you choose this life? Why not something else?
It's out.
I've always been in the hospitality trade. My parents were in the well, I say parent. One of my parents was in the hospitality trade, and I was passing through here. I took a liking to the town. The old the old person who ran this tavern was looking to essentially retire, and so I found an opportunity, and I thought, well, maybe I can make a life for myself here. And
I get it. You're doing it out of a sense of duty. I understand that. I get that too.
Not necessarily. I do it for myself.
No, that's not what you're saying. And yeah, say that.
Sure.
I feel like maybe like an hour or two spent going over a few
Gotcha.
existential crises. Yeah.
At some point whilst you're drinking, he does say, so are you adventurous?
Yeah, okay, this could be like, Pete's now swaying a bit. Actually, no, he's not. He's a dwarf. He doesn't get drunk. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we're adventurers. We're the Sunscrapers, if you haven't heard of us.
The Sunscrapers?
Yeah, we recently saved an entire mountain village.
Oh.
I don't know. One of the guys upstairs knows where it is.
Interesting. We had another party through recently who saved us from goblins. Well,
really?
Goblins, bugbears. It was a whole raid. We
raided
had a few deaths. It was a coordinated, like a military affair. They raided us, but luckily there was another party passing through, and they held off this attack, and they haven't been back since.
Who were these people?
I never got their name. They had a cloaked elf woman, a dark cloaked half elf male, I believe a Goliath. I think Goliath in a sailor suit. A kind of.
You didn't get any names.
Bird man.
Didn't get any names at all. Okay.
Yes. Wait. Yes. Okay. So the cloaked elf female went by. Oh, what was it? Rin. Yes.
Okay.
The dark cloaked half elf male was Garamir.
Garamir. Okay. Can you describe them exactly what their faces look like? I might just try and do a quick sketch.
Of course. So the
elf, arrest them.
The half elf, she wore a big green long cloak with leaves. She had like a little furry chameleon lizard on her shoulder. The dark cloaked, the half elf male who wore the dark cloak, he was a very shadowy figure. I couldn't place much. He usually had his hood up. The large Goliath, large, towering, pale-skinned man with tattoos all over his... Well, not tattoos, markings all over his body. Wore a very ill-fitting sailor suit. I think that's description enough. The birdman, Aarakocra, I believe they're called. Stromboli was his name. Ruffled feathers. Looked a bit worse for wear. Brown, ruddy, dirtied feathers. There was this lady, a bit fiery.
Yeah.
In temperament. Emerald? And a tiefling male. Smartly dressed. Mordai. And a small gnome was with them. A merchant.
Gnome as well.
With frizzy white hair. And I did not get his name the entire time, but he did not seem best pleased to be with them.
Does this look like the people that you saw? Is that?
Which one's the bird?
The bird is
The one with the beak.
The beak.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yes, it looks exactly like them. Yes, it's exactly the same.
Hey, well, it sounds like they may have been doing sort of vigilante activity, which is quite concerning, really.
Are you not adventurous as well?
I'm on sabbatical, so they're actually all technically sort of temporary police officers for any legalese.
So is it? So you're the leader of this adventuring party, or I
no, I wouldn't say I'm not the leader. I'm sort of the
official.
The brains, you might say, behind the scenes. But I'm not in charge or anything.
Understood.
And when did you last see this group of adventurers?
Literally, what have it been? A week ago or so? If that.
Interesting, okay.
Yes,
okay.
It was a recent raid on the town. Yes, we've just about made we've just about repaired the damages that were made, but luckily there wasn't anything to... again, there were some losses in life, which was very sad. It's been an eventful town. There was...
There was a goat. The wolves, remember? The town was threatened by...
I think there was some
army of
there were some wolves. I think people had mentioned there were some wolves in the forests, but you don't stray out. I think what's more dangerous was the old hag that used to live in the forest, but that's also been dealt by that same party. So
the same party.
Yes, they've done a very good job.
Okay.
In this area.
So they were kind of around here for a while.
No, literally just passing through.
Oh,
yeah,
impressive.
And they're murderers too. They killed an old hag.
An old lady.
I mean, the old hag, she had kidnapped several children and cast them under a spell.
Okay, and these children...
they're fine.
Fine?
Yes.
So she didn't hurt them or anything?
I think mentally, there's some long-lasting traumas, maybe, but I don't know.
Okay, well, it seems like... And she's dead now?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Well, the half-elf... Sorry, the elf female, she'd cut her finger off and had a necklace of fingers. Yes, that's another detail. A necklace of fingers.
They're taking trophies of old ladies that they killed. Okay.
Yes. Now you say it out loud.
This does sound...
She was an evil hag, and I can attest to that much.
You can use that slur all you want, sir. It doesn't make it any better.
Oh. No. Like, by definition, she was... No, by definition, she was a...
Can't just keep saying it.
By definition, she was an elderly...
hag.
Arcane user for evil reasons.
Okay. Don't like to use the H word, sir.
Yeah, we don't use that here.
What should I call her then?
Just an elderly lady who had some grandchildren. Is that right? You said
no. She kidnapped.
Are now fine.
She kidnapped the children.
Okay. She was accused of kidnapping.
No. I think she'd very
allegedly.
No, she had kidnapped one of the local kids, a girl called Kaya. In fact, but she's since been saved. Yes.
Oh, okay. Is Kaya still around these parts?
I think she's in one of the homesteads nearby. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, maybe I'll see what she has to say about that.
I think the consensus is this old lady was bad news, and tried to kill.
Well, that's good to know.
She definitely tried to kill the party. Yes, the adventurers.
Okay.
Yeah. She flew in a cauldron. Yes.
If these adventurers ever return, it'd be useful if you could let them know that the Sunscrapers are looking for them.
If let me just write the note down.
Yeah.
For any bad reasons?
I'd just like to ask some questions.
Okay, of course. So why are you here then?
Just passing through.
Oh. As are most people.
Exactly. Thanks for your time, Raphael.
Well, thank you.
I'm now going to go to bed.
Fantastic. Have a good night.
Wonderful.
All right. So, after interrogating the bartender, you make your way to bed.
I did not know where I thought it was going to go. That was... Thanks, Dan.
Oh, yeah. No, I had no
That was
idea.
very surprising.
Well, I was surprised that you would interrogate and yeah. Anyway, so you make your way to bed. And is anyone attuning to anything?
Can I sleep in the cloak and attune to it whilst I'm asleep? Is that a thing?
I'll allow it. So you come to rest.
Oh, I'll attune to the pearl.
Okay.
Yes.
You attune to the Pearl of Power. Feros, you attune to a cloak of elven kind. Another item you'll be able to find a description for online. Whether it's for you, whether it's for someone else, it is a cloak of elven kind.
Yep.
As you then find yourselves waking... By the way, Sam, I don't know if your camera's loaded for anyone else, but it's not loaded for me.
Yes, I don't.
Which is fine.
I have a feeling that the camera just doesn't work on this lap. It's really old, so the camera's probably just broken.
Okay.
So you awake and you make your way downstairs. There is a let's call it a buffet, if we can call it that, of meats and cheeses and of eggs.
I'm going to take a long rest, and if that's okay, yeah?
You've all taken a long rest, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you've all taken a long rest. You wake up in the morning. As Jansen is already downstairs, yes, and he is just looking through his notepad of accounts and making markings. And a few other people who are staying the night, again, look to be travelling merchant types, are similarly having breakfast. Morning. I think my leg's all healed up now. So I think the alcohol did it. Doesn't smell. That's
good to know.
Yes. Well, help yourself to breakfast.
Sangman, you're a half-elf, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to take the cloak over to Sangman and be like, Sangman, I got this. Pete traded me this itchy cloak for the pearl. So now I don't have the pearl, but I think this cloak's probably a bit more suited for you.
It would have been great to have attuned to it overnight, but I guess I'll take it first thing in the morning.
Well, you can attune to it over the next kind of ride, I guess, like day's ride.
Sure. I'll take the cloak.
Yeah, in terms of what it does, oh shit, what did it? It basically makes you more stealthy. So I figured it's probably better to have it on the stealthy person, because then you'll just be like invisible.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Is there a specific name for it, or is it just cloak?
Cloak of Elven Kind.
Lovely.
You can look it up online. Just look for the 5th edition version.
D&D Beyond as well.
I will do.
Yeah.
I'll add that to the inventory as well.
Cool.
Basically, if you've got it on with the hood up, wisdom perception checks to see you have disadvantage against you, and you've got and then on top of that you have advantage on dexterity checks when you hide. So when you hide, like in combat, if you hide, you'll have advantage on that hiding.
Oh, amazing.
pulling the hood
I
up.
can combine that with my sneak attacks. That'd be good.
You might want to just keep the hood up at all times.
Yeah. Okay. Hood up.
Nice. It's not too itchy.
Oh, I forgot about the itchiness.
It doesn't have to be itchy for everyone.
No, I think it's fine for you.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems a better fit for you than anyone else. As you have breakfasts, yes, as you're finishing up, you notice actually coming down the stairs, because you'd been up the stairs on the second floor where your rooms were. Coming down, actually, two familiar faces from a week ago or whenever it might have been, is Ben and Red. Ben, a long brown cloak, waistcoat, collarless shirt, shaggy light brown, slightly greying hair, slight beard. He is a travelling merchant from the Guild.
I remember him.
Of Fair Trade. Red, a cleric of some kind, of Nesemni, a more obscure deity. She wears a humble cleric gown with a hood, black hair, a white sort of gown, and like a robe with black accents and a chain around her neck.
We've met these before,
You've
right?
met them on the road. You had met them whilst you were heading to Estraheim. You stopped off to have stew on the roadside and camped out with them, upon which during that night you were actually attacked by a load of goblins and hobgoblins and bugbears, so you fought them off with them. So
I spoke to Red about my visions.
You spoke to Red about your visions. Red also spoke to Sunflower about his own path of redemption, because Nesemni represents redemption, which is what Sunflower's path was pointed towards. But she did speak to you about how to maybe try and connect with your visions.
Yeah. I guess seeing them, I'm gonna, I'll be like, well met, Red, was it? And Ben?
Well, yes, absolutely. Well met indeed. Theros, yes, and the Sunscrapers, if I'm not incorrect there. As Red says, just nods curtly.
Hello.
Hello. Short smile. Very nice to meet you.
Word travels fast. I don't think we were going by the Sunscrapers then. I think we adopted that name once Sunflower left us.
Well, actually, Raphael was telling me that we got in late last night. They were telling us there were some adventures here called the Sunscrapers.
Oh, funny that. Pete didn't mention that you came through. He was up quite late last night as well.
Yes, actually.
Oh,
no, I think about it.
Well,
I wrote down in my notebook that I went to bed at 11.
Very, very late. We weren't here till past midnight. I had to actually knock on the door to get Raphael to come down and get us lodgings. We weren't as... Our trip was a bit longer than we'd expected.
Oh, any reason?
Hey, well, why? What's with the antagonism? They really helped me out last time. Lay off them. I think Pete's detective skills have been rubbing off on you, Morton.
Just constantly asking everyone. Wait a second.
Like a kid asking why.
Remind me exactly. What did you?
Yeah.
Red, apologies. I got into the character of being a honorary policeman a bit too much there. Good to see you again, friends.
It's good to see you too. Yes, it's great to see you. You've been well?
I'd like to thank you, Red. Yes, your help. The chat about the visions and stuff. It turned out that I was having visions and aliens were going to attack my home. But we stopped it, and it was thanks to you keeping me calm, putting me on the right path. I'll be forever grateful for that.
Oh, okay. Aliens from a different plane.
Mind flayers.
It's true. Listen to him.
Yeah.
We all thought he was crazy, but he's telling the truth.
Yeah, it's aliens.
You can believe it.
Mind flares. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. But
we sorted that.
You fought them off?
Yeah, and we blew up both their ships.
Ships?
And in some ways, word travels fast, and in some ways, word travels very slow in this part of the world.
I mean, this didn't just happen. Where have you come from? You haven't come from...
Oh, no. We just came from... we were in Perno. We passed through Rostek, home of the Rostek Razors, who I think are having a bit of trouble. And then...
Oh,
Sorry.
wait.
This fucking session is just like...
The callback.
Yes, it is.
Hey, how is Perno these days?
Perno is I mean, ever since some devils, as he stops for a moment there, and he kind of looks towards almost imperceptible, looks towards the cleric, but as devils washed up, I think it's been fine. Has it not, Red? Yes, it's been absolutely fine. Terrible news about what happened with that portal, but it seems everything was sorted in Perno, and since then I think the city's just been as busy as it usually is.
Have you all right, so you didn't know about the mind flayers. I hope that wasn't too much of a shock for you.
No, the mind flayers, it's interesting, certainly. And they came in ships.
Yeah, I think quite a while ago the ships were already embedded here, and then they started to wake up. But yep, thanks to sort of your advice, you kept me calm. I carried on my path, and you helped.
Sorry, she shakes herself from like a daze. Yeah, of course, yes. I'm glad I could have helped you. Absolutely.
I don't suppose you've had any word from Sunflower, have you?
No. The last I gave him was a book of readings for him, but no, I have not. I continue to still spread the word of redemption and the values of redemption, of course, as I walk my own redemptive path. Yes, do you follow any faiths, any of you?
I do.
Oh, yes, me too, yeah, yes.
Oh.
I believe in Shantea, the deity of agriculture.
Oh.
Look at my stone.
Well, yes. The fountain is also, I think, a fountain dedicated to Shantea. That's very interesting. Interesting as well. Typically, I'd find adventuring types would often, pray to Timora, who is the deity of typically, those looking for good fortune, and adventurers go hand in hand with that philosophy.
For me, it's agriculture.
Well, that's actually a very noble thing. That's
a noble kind of guy.
Well, it's important.
Sangmin goes from place to place sowing his seed.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
his entire religion is based on a joke.
Yeah. And Pete, you pray.
Yes.
Do you pray to someone?
Well, as a serving police officer, to Tyre, the god of justice. It's what I've dedicated my life to.
Of course. Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
What do you mean?
No, it's nothing. I've been thinking.
It's just a thing he's going through. Just don't ask.
It's fine.
I mean, as long as there's something that gives you purpose or reason for your own ambitions. No? Okay, I'll be quiet. Sorry, I did not mean to cast doubt or cloud your mind. Well, apologies for that. Theros and Morton.
Does Pete have glasses? Because I really like that.
I do actually like that, yeah.
Of course he does, actually. No, it'll be to when he's reading glasses, writing notes, he'll put them on and go, excuse me.
I mean, Theros and Morton, if you ever are interested in the learnings and the philosophies of Nesemni, you know who to ask.
Well, I've never actually met anyone from the faith. I've only seen it written down, but I follow the teachings of Sylvanus. I think that's how you...
Who's anus?
I think that's how you pronounce it, Sylvanus. Again, I've only ever seen it written down.
I think someone's having Theros on.
You're in some, joke religion.
What's the name?
It's Sylvanus, I think.
Does anyone here believe in Sylvanus? Anybody?
I think it's. Sorry, Theros. I do not mean to correct you. I do believe it's Sylvanus.
Sylvanus.
Sylvanus. I think just a simple Sylvanus.
Sylvanus?
As people are now from their breakfasts, and someone with scrambled eggs just stops as he hears Morton say "Sylvanus," and
oh my god!
I think it's Sylvanus.
Sylvanus.
Sylvanus Sedanus. It's
Well, you say tomato. I say yeah. I guess there's some. That
you say Sylvanus. I say Sylvanus.
I say Sylvanus.
Well, you say Sylvanus. I say Sylvanus. You say Yes. I don't think that's one of the more common
call the whole thing off.
Misconceptions. Maybe we should. Yes. Well,
this has been such a weird session.
What have we actually done?
Nothing's been done. We'll get there. Don't worry.
It's really fun for character moments and little growth bits. And...
You need to have them sometimes.
Yeah.
True.
Well, as now Ben speaks up. Well, it's lovely to chat. I think I said it before when we last met, but if you ever have any weird items you're looking to buy or looking to sell, I'm a traveling merchant, and by trade I like to pick up bits and pieces. I've worked with other adventurers before, and I've bought strange items they might have procured, sold them strange items I may have procured. That is of interest to you. I'm here for now. I have some items.
Any spell scrolls from my friend Morton here?
I'm afraid no spell scrolls. No.
You just can't catch a break.
Apologies. I do have a short bow of shadows. I have a hand crossbow with some sort of teleportation magic to it. A dusts of dryness. Gloves of missile snaring. If you were to want to catch arrows out.
Already have them.
Oh. And I've got a silver raven figurine, which I've been told on good authority turns into an animal.
Oh, an animal, you say?
I believe a raven of some sort.
And how much off to go in rate for it?
That's 150 gold.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Well, these are magical items.
Right.
It turns into a messenger bird of sorts.
Okay.
Yes.
We've currently got a lot of gold.
What if we did a trade? Honestly, this psionic mantle, I don't see much use for it in the future.
Interesting. And what does it do? Impart psychic capabilities.
Yes. So I just seem to get a feeling that I have a deeper understanding of the planes, and also I can do this. And then I'm going to talk to them in deep speech through telepathically. I assume that's how it sounds.
What do you say?
I say I can talk in deep speech and through telepathic communication.
Right. as they both, as you say that, Ben jumps a bit. Red's like nothing. She just looks at you, like smiles, but she doesn't seem perturbed by it.
You speak deep too.
What was that? Did you say it was deep speech?
Yes.
No, I do not. I do not know that language.
You see, that's why I don't have much use for it. But this is a very useful item. In fact, very, very rare as well. We had to pry it off the corpse of a dead mind flayer. I mean, how rare could you get? I think it would be worth quite a lot of gold.
As Red turns to Ben. Well, what trade were you thinking of making for this? I mean, as I said, I have items I think you would be interested in. I'm not going to sell you on rations or clothing or bits and pieces, but I currently have. I believe the gentleman called it a short bow of shadows. It is a bow which magical shadow type arrows appear when you pull back its string, and it imparts sort of necrotic damage.
Sangman, you use a bow, right? You're a bow person?
I've literally never used it, but it might be nice to have a good one.
Well, yeah, that is something.
I've just looked up that Silver Raven thing, and I don't think it's something I'd want to spend 150 on. But if you want a better bow just to make you a bit more long range, that could be good.
Yeah, I would be tempted. How much is it, sir?
Well, I would sell it for 400 golds. For the psychic mantle, I would discount that price. I'm not going to...
To zero?
No. But there would be a discount for certain.
What would the discount be?
So it would become 200 gold.
Ben, I don't think you're understanding. I murdered a mind flayer and took it off his body.
Make a persuasion roll. Whilst that's happening,
I don't think you understand.
Persuasion. That's 18.
That's the first roll of the game, you guys.
Is that actually?
Oh my god.
We've just been talking.
You are harder rolls.
I did a perception one earlier that was a 2,
yeah.
but yeah, it's not that bad.
Okay. The other item, which if you're looking for range, is a hand crossbow of temporary teleportation. Now, I haven't tested it myself, but it is a hand crossbow, and it has a few opportunities each day, I don't know how many, to allow the teleporter to teleport to wherever the bolt strikes. And they will stay there for but rounds before they disappear back to their original position.
Lads.
Just imagine, Sangmin, you could be like, bam, shoot someone, then teleport behind them and say, nothing personnel, kid, and then stab them in the back. That would be so cool.
It would be cool, Morton. I didn't realize you had such flair. Okay,
I'm trying out different sentences with the voice to see how far I can go with it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, could we trade in the thing for that instead?
200 golds. Yes. The original price is 400 golds. But
with an 18 persuasion roll?
There is a site... I will do
150.
170.
Okay, it's a deal.
Yes?
I gotta take that mantle off, put it on the table. Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah. This has some heft to it. Wow.
What is this?
Ben, I was trying to
Red,
tell
could
you.
you please... yes, of course, okay. As Red then puts her hands upon the mantle and just kind
It's
of...
probably too late, but do you do any sort of like trade-in? Could I have given you a crossbow for like money off? Sorry.
What kind of a crossbow?
It's just a crossbow.
I'll knock off. How about this? I'll knock it down to 160. Yeah.
Wonderful.
For the crossbow as well.
Retroactively do that.
Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Whew. This is just a regular crossbow, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Red, as Red, who was touching the mantle with her hands. I think we're okay here. Perfect. Thank you, Red. Yes. Looks like that's all good. Brilliant. Well, good to do business. Excited to try and sell this thing here. It's an interesting piece you've got. Anyway, here's. Oh, let me just. As he wanders off out of back upstairs, but a few moments pass, with Red just kind of there, kind of smiling at everyone and just kind of making small chit chat. Unless there's anything in particular you want to say to her whilst Ben's gone. As Ben then comes back with a hand crossbow. I'm going to copy and paste the description of which into the Discord, just so you have it.
Okay, cool.
Because it is not one you're going to find on D&D Beyond. Cool. I've posted the description of the item, Sangman, in the chat.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so with the trade made, Ben says, well, good to do business. Anything else? We do have to leave soon. Onwards to Kenzo
all right, I've got to delete the psionic. Got to delete the psionic mantle now. No, I don't think I have anything worth trading anymore.
Well,
do you guys have anything that you would want to give up, or?
No, I've only got a boomstick, but I don't think there's anything that for. So.
Okay, cool. I think that was a good trade then.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Thanks, guys.
Great. Well,
I think it's a good upgrade this sesh.
Yeah, I think you got some cool items. Well, it's been lovely to catch up. I'm sure we'll see each other on the road again. I often find myself running in with adventurers on the road, so best of luck to you on whatever the next leg of your journey might be. We're off to Kenzo City now, but I'm sure we'll see you. As Red turns and says, yes, it was nice to catch up. Theros, I am happy that you found a resolution for your visions and it's come to a good end.
Me too.
Yes. I know that this world has plenty of need for adventurers, more now than ever it seems, with so many others on the front lines now during this war. So I'm glad that you're doing the work you're doing during that time. Not that adventurers haven't always been a fundamental part of our societies here, but best of luck to you all, and we'll see you again, I'm sure.
Did you say you were heading to Kenzo City?
As Red starts to file her nails with a little file. Yes, we are on to Kenzo City.
If you happen to run into our old friend Kazuko Henderson, I want to say that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Please let him know that the Sunscrapers are looking for him. He'll know what it means.
Kazuko Henderson. I'll be sure as Ben speaks up, I'll be sure I pass on the message.
We'll be in Karalviese if he wants to meet us.
Ah, very nice. I'll let them know. If I see them, that is. Well, if there's nothing else, have a great day. Come on, Red. Let's get ready for the next leg of the journey. As they wander off, and you come out of that encounter with a cool crossbow, hand crossbow, that is. So, we are coming to leave this town. Anything to wrap up before you disappear?
I'm going to talk to Pete. Pete, how was your night last night? I suppose you went to bed quite late.
Yeah, I was just having a few drinks and then chatting with the barkeep about some adventurers who've been here recently. It was,
some adventurers.
Yeah, actually, I show him the sketch. As you can see, these individuals.
Oh my!
And one of them was a bird.
They look terrifying. Should we be afraid? Is it something we should worry about?
Yeah, it seems like they killed an old lady who was protecting some children.
We need to stop these people at once.
And they claimed that they were helping defend the town from goblins, but it seems an unlikely story as far as I'm concerned. We know from our experience the goblins are very far away from him.
Yes. Are they still here? Did the barkeep mention that they were still here?
No, they sort of left about a week ago. But
did he say where they went to?
I don't have anything in my notes. It seems like a bit of an oversight. Really? But maybe I should...
Excuse me, barkeep.
Yes, as the
one more question.
Turns around as he's sort of cleaning the bar for the day. Yes?
Yeah, my colleague has a question for you.
Yes, so Detective Inspector Pete Acton, he asked you last night about a group of ne'er-do-wells who were terrorizing your village recently. I just wanted to ask, did they mention where they were heading next, to which place they were planning to terrorize?
Well, I don't think they were ne'er-do-wells. I do think they did a good service for the town, and they saved us from a goblinoid raid and from an elderly evil lady in the forest who was kidnapping children and casting spells on them.
Allegedly.
I think there's evidence to prove otherwise. But in terms of where they went to next, where did they say they were going to? They were heading... I believe it would have been... So they were heading to Karalviese. I do not know if they're there any longer. But
okay.
They were heading there, from what I remember.
Interesting. Perhaps we can apprehend these suspects on the way.
Excellent idea.
Yes, but this was about they left a week or so ago, so they might not be in Karalviese still.
I'm imagining me shooting at the Birdman and then teleporting to him and being on his back and stabbing him.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
This is exactly what's going to happen. We need to apprehend these people.
Is it some of the other little dot people?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's...
Who knows?
Who knows? These are just some random NPCs that we're
I certainly don't recall anyone dressed as a bird at Dan's birthday party, but
what if all of the people we've killed in our D&D campaign are actual people?
Well, we all meet them at like a Dan party.
Literally, every single character
we're trying to
is like
you.
I was playing a bugbear until lightning killed me. Yeah. Some evil gnome.
Role playing as aliens trying to conquer the world, and then you guys ruined it.
Yeah.
If you die in D&D, do you die in real life?
Yeah. Yeah. So you wrap up. Anything else after you've asked the barman this question? Anything else further?
Barn, we're gonna.
I don't. No.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. So
no point dragging it out.
After your quick pit stop at Ruddlebarn, you make your way back on the cart with Jansen as you head on out. First thing in the morning, after a nice breakfast, simple breakfast, back on the road. All the market stalls are now opened up again with people selling their wares. All the shop fronts have been opened up. You're seeing more carts on the road, more passing merchants, travellers, and the warehouses opening up as barrels are kind of carried in crates to and fro. But you trundle on through the back of the town and out through the end as you make your way up north to Karalviese. And then we continue on. Anything anyone's doing during this travel period? No, you will sit.
I mean, I want to attune to my new gear because I've just gained a cloak and also the crossbow.
You spend time attuning to both items. That's fine. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Anything else?
I guess I'll just keep a lookout.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Come on, babe. Oh, okay. Well, perception is 11, please.
Okay, dokes. To be honest, it's open lands, open fields that stretch out before you. It looks like there's no danger here. You see occasional hamlets and farmsteads in the distance. You're met a few times by passing wagons, but the road is wide enough that you just pass on by without incident. Jansen gives a tip of his straw hat to passers-by. Good morning! As he shouts loudly as the others passing by him just don't really pay him much heed. They maybe give him a kind nod but don't reciprocate. But there's no sign of danger. Further on, you get the sign of, maybe that's like a town or something, or a city even in the distance to the left. It's a collection of buildings. It's far beyond, but you look, civilization. As you continue onwards on your journey, the sky is clear on this spring day. As you see an airship or two in the distance, held aloft by enchanted crystals. Could be going anywhere. It's hard to kind of gauge the directions, but they could be going to Perno, they could be going beyond, they could be going to Rostek, or any place which might have an airship dock. But then you see on the horizon a mountain. There, Karalviese is within that mountain. That is Out Kutkata. Out Kutkata. That is the mountain wherein Karalviese resides. It is a snow-peaked top that kind of scrapes a few clouds as they trail off the tip, and a river runs from the mountain down, and the road starts to turn towards that river as it rides alongside the river. As you make your way towards the mountain, coming up to it. Do interrupt me if you're doing anything. But you make your way to
I think Morton will be a little bit on edge.
Yes, of course.
Just maybe sweating a bit.
It is
if he can sweat.
A somewhat familiar sign. I guess the mountain itself probably not, because you wouldn't have been outside all that much, but you've seen it before. As you make your way into a grand... Well, as you're coming towards this grand cave mouth, the river beside you, you see some customs men and a couple of bored military police officers checking a couple of caravans as they make their way in, as you kind of come into a queue of caravans entering the city. As a customs officer, differently suited to the military police officer, mind you. This customs officer, I believe, it looks like an official person in a smart enough coat. Comes up and checks the cargo as he has a quick exchange with Jansen, as Jansen kind of shows some notebooks to him. He says, I'm a passing merchant, I've got trade here, my dear sir, and escorting some people here. Yes, so, very good. Yeah, of course, you can look around. And so they inspect, they turn around, they open up the canvas of the covered wagon to reveal all of you inside, as well as a series of crates and boxes and furnitures and things.
The way you said that is like, it's like we were hiding. It's like,
oh,
yeah.
Well. All right.
Hello.
Hello. Business or pleasure? Doesn't really matter to me. All right. Bye now, you go. As the customs man walks away. As he taps.
Sorry, guys. I just I had a power cut. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh shit! You get.
That's just a worse luck today.
Is the power back on?
Oh yeah, now it is. Literally now that you just said that.
Oh my god!
What powers do you have, Dan?
So weird. You're welcome. Shit. You okay?
No, actually, the whole house exploded when power cut. No, I'm fine.
Okay. You only missed a customs person coming to inspect the caravan. That's it. But
okay.
He taps on the side of the vehicle as away we go, Betsy. As you continue onwards, you ushered through into the cave mouth. It gets darker, but you
it was just slowly morphing into Boris Johnson.
Maybe, not intentionally. It gets darker, but you sense light ahead. Inlaid into the cavern walls are let's see. Okay. Inlaid into the cavern walls are statues of tastefully nude dwarves, wrapped in flowing gowns and surrounded by horses and boars, and posing and standing on delicate waves as water kind of trickles down from the cavern ceiling. It's a ridiculously grandiose Baroque Rococo water feature.
Okay.
With small gems and stones sparkling amongst these images. And it kind of tells of the more aristocratic nature of these dwarves here. As you come up to two giant and impressively carved columns that hold up either side of the cavern before it enters into the city itself. So, the city itself is a grand underground space lit by oil lamps, by magical dancing lights, by gardens of bioluminescent mushrooms, and a large orb of light that hovers in a cage-like spire in the center of the city. There is an internal river that kind of cuts through the back of the city. At the very back, there is aqueducts sourcing off this water for public use, but the river cuts through. On the left-hand side, you see this very nice, very busy city. Even further left to the cave wall, raised up a bit, stately mansions and homes. To the right-hand side, across the river, with several waterfalls throughout and bridges across. More dilapidated-looking homes and buildings. Beyond them, a series of warehouses and factories, and beyond that further, into the cavern wall, you see the trappings of an active mine. But this is a busy city with carts, caravans, foot traffic roaming the streets, people walking between shops and offices, clock towers, public parks, architecture that gives off a very Baroque feeling. Obviously more so for the left-hand side. The right-hand side looks more run down. And, you notice that's where your home would be, Morton, in the slums of Karalviese. As you're making your way through the city, Morton, are you up front or are you in the back of the caravan?
I'll be in the back.
Cool. As you kind of peek through the caravan, as you start to make your way through the streets now, you see a carriage being pulled by a couple of large boars on one of the busy streets, trained boars. And on the left side, you look, there's a bioluminescent garden cordoned off between some of the streets with a fence. Mushrooms giving a dull blue light that kind of light the area slightly. And then a couple of... I'm going to turn that music down a bit. Got quite loud. There we go. In this mushroom garden, a couple of humanoid mushroom-like figures, actually, tending to it, minding their own business. The populace, a lot of dwarves. A few dwarves looking very aristocratic indeed, with powdered wigs, curled wigs, a little powdered faces, beauty spots. But also you've got other people, other races in fineries. That's not to say it's just people wearing fine suits and cloaks and gowns and such. You've also got plenty of more common folk here in just regular clothing, whether they be shopkeepers, whether they be working at the offices, or the guilds, or anything else. You spot a couple of military police in the red trench coats and high jackets, but you're making your way through the city. Anything you do whilst this is happening?
I will try and have a look out for the Tower of the, or the quarters of the Everbright Guild.
Of course. So, actually, that big spire in the centre that actually emits a lot of the light is the Everbright Guild. Part of what they do is they emit a great light which shines a light, like almost a sunlight during the day, and as you come into the evening it dims and it would disappear. But that is kind of the beacon of the city, and that is the Everbright Guild.
Can I speak to Morton?
Of course.
I'm sorry. Morton, how are you feeling being back home? Is there anyone you want to see while you're here? Your parents? Any siblings?
Well, the truth is, everyone here, they see me as some kind of freak. I don't think I would want to see them.
I know how that feels.
They do seem very focused on aesthetics here, based on the sort of the statues that we went past.
Yeah, should we buy some wigs or
some
I think
some cloaks maybe to fit in? Yeah, maybe some makeup. I don't know.
Fake mustache.
Some slap.
well, let's see how much gold we have after the teleportation.
Yeah, we shouldn't spend all that money now.
We turn up just being like, sorry, we spent it all and we're all in like drag.
This huge outfit.
Cool.
Hello, we're here to pay our debt, but unfortunately we only have 2 gold.
So
don't know where the rest went.
Yeah, good point. Let's go pay our debt.
Cool. So you pass by a coliseum where big fights are held with monsters and such, and sometimes between gladiators. Going onwards from that, you recognise, peeking out, oh, there's the Grand Library and the Temple to Denier. You know those places very well, Morton. beyond that further. It's a cartography guild building. You remember you quite liked the cartography guild as well. And then coming to Temple of Walkeen, which is actually a deity revered by many merchants, actually. Just beyond that, Jansen points out, there, the Northwest Trading Company. I'll be stopping off here. They've got an attached tavern, Fortune's Gambit. But I'm going to hitch my horse here, and this is where I will do my business. And I think this is where our journey ends. Brave adventurers, so thank you for your good service in saving me from those bugbears and goblins and such. But first, let me settle my affairs here. As he comes up to the North Estra Trading Company, Trading Guilds. Lots of stables and carts and horses. A few roads kind of convene on this area. It's a simple stone exterior building, some flashy elements by the entrance with pillars and stone-carved sign above it. Next to it is the associated tavern, Fortune's Gambit, which is kind of a wooden structure off next to this as part of this stone structure. But there's plenty of carts out and merchants and some people up front near the stables kind of unloading cargo. It seems their purpose at this guild is actually to help with the transition of cargo. As Jansen says, there, my dear boy, I've got cargo for you here. I should have a Jansen Tubbs. You've got me on the list, don't you? As someone is looking through a clipboard and says, yes, very good. You can take that spot over there, Mr. Tubbs. Thank you. As he parks his horse. Stops his horse, and his horse is taken by a stable boy, who then takes it off to the stable proper once the wagon's been reversed back. And you see a few hefty lads kind of opening up the back of the caravan now as they spot all of you inside. Kind of surprised by your presence. Oh, yes, sorry, I should have mentioned I've got people in the back there. That's all right, Mr. Tubbs. Don't mind getting out so we can get the cargo out.
Banish him. I don't do that.
Like a joke about he's trading in slaves.
Yeah.
You just shouted, oh, we've been kidnapped by this man. Tubbs, he's a slave trader.
Don't listen.
Does Sangman actually do that? No.
Sangman does that, but we all laugh and go.
Yeah. So as you get out, Morton, you feel like they're looking at you. These people.
I'll pull my hat down.
Yeah.
A bit further.
I don't know.
Cover my face more.
You get the feeling that they're kind of staring at you anyway. You don't like it, but anyway, these men, these burly men, kind of come past you as you make your way out and start to carry out the crates, and you're in this kind of canopied section of the stables, right? And you see doors beyond, wide doors where you see multiple crates being carried inside a little resting area. Like a small warehouse almost, as they start to transition all the cargo off, and Jansen comes around and says, yep, seems all's in order, after he's had a brief exchange with someone with a clipboard earlier. He comes back round to all of you. Well, I do believe this is where we part ways, my dear lads. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Is there anything else I could do for you?
Just keep changing that wound, yeah. The bandages. You need to make sure it's stay fresh, yeah.
As he hops around trying to smell it.
Don't do it right now.
It doesn't smell. I don't think it smells. I don't think it's. Don't worry. We were accosted by goblins as he talks to the clipboard man. All fine. I just had my legs skewered. All fine now because of these brave adventurers. Well, thank you. I will keep changing the dressing. Thank you for the advice. I will be here for some days more if you did want to meet up or whatever else. There's a tavern just over Fortune's Gambit. I feel like we've made a bit of a connection here during our journey. I don't know if that's reciprocal. I'm getting a lot of looks.
Definitely Mr. Handsome Tubbs.
Yeah, well,
I feel like we're friends.
Yes, only a friend would give me such a nickname, I feel. Yes.
Nickname?
Yes, my name's Jansen Tubbs, not Handsome Tubby, as you've been calling me this entire time, which I assumed was a nice, friendly nickname.
Now listen here, chubby fat man. We know what to call you.
No, handsome. Okay, granted, I've put on a bit of weight, but...
Yes, a bit of weight just during this journey. I mean, it's taken on the pounds quickly, so...
I had a very light breakfast. I just...
Went straight to your hips and your fat ass.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Sorry, just trying out new things with...
Yeah. Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Never thought I'd hear Morton say, those hips, that fat ass.
No. In such a deep voice, his dulcet tones. Is there anything else before we part ways? I don't know if you know the area, but there's plenty of taverns and temples and such, and I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for here. The Everbright Guild is just over there, as he points towards the big pointy tower. The one with the light. Yes.
Thank you. That is where we need to go. Should we head over there now?
We're going there now.
Well, a pleasure. Let's put a hand out for a handshake. Mind how you are. Yes, sir. As he lingers the hand after handshaking everyone else to Sangmin. Well, I'll be off. Mind how you are. Best of luck.
You too.
Thanks again.
Happy trading. Hope your leg doesn't fall off.
Haha! Thank you. I'm sure it won't. I hope not. I've never heard of that happen. Have you heard of that happen before? No. I'm sure it won't. I'll check in another temple somewhere. Well, I'll be seeing you. As he turns back to talking to some of the men carrying his cargo. Be careful with that. That's fine furniture. Please, don't... Thank you. As he looks after the transition of all his cargo into the small warehouse. And you're left there. You make your way to the Everbright Guild?
Make my way. Yeah.
Nice. You make your way to the Everbright Guild in this bustling city, I'm going to call. It is... Yeah. Well, I've described the city already, but you've got plenty of people making trade. And it looks like you're in like the more government/business area of the town. You're seeing multiple guilds, business offices. In the distance, what looks to be some reporters with papers, and some newspaper offices, because there's a big history of newspapers and of vowel sheets in this city. And you see a couple of...
Is it possible to pick up... Is it possible to pick up a newspaper on our way over?
Yeah, of course. You see a newsboy saying, "Papers for sale." As you pick one up, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I'll take that. And how much is that?
Call it... let's just call it... let's call it 2 silver. Now, let's...
What was the name of that, the like sport that we kept on checking up?
Brute ball.
Brute ball.
Yeah. Can I have you roll a d6, Morton?
Okay. I got a 6, baby.
6. That is the public press. So, you have got latest issue of the public press. Some headlines for you. There is disruption At Verna Strongsword's Grand Ball, he is a business socialite. Seems about of food poisoning, along with a person who suffered from a cocktail of potions and a malfunctioning security golem. Another big business headline: the shuttering of God's Blade weapons manufacture. It's been closed, which was actually run by Verna Strongsword. As such, there's been a bit of increased crime in the area as of late. In terms of other headlines, King Ulrich makes a reassuring address.
Who did?
King Ulrich, the King of Estra himself.
Okay.
About the continuing war with the Juratek Empire and their renewed push for expansion. There is an increasing military police presence in the Freystead, it seems, as part of this effort in continuing to support allies on the front lines. The new Brute Ball season started. There's an absence of the Rostek Razors in this season. It's leading to some interesting and unexpected matchups. Kenzo City Vixens are also looking to be improving with this latest season. But yeah, those are some headlines. There's plenty more, but those are some stories you kind of flip through. Feel free to look at it.
Anything about anything about a birdman, some half elf, a Goliath, anything like that?
Reading through, make an investigation check. I think perception, because you're looking out for keywords. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's 13. Come on.
13. Cool. So with the 13, it looks like this disruption at Verna Strongsword's Grand Ball. There's a few descriptions of people who were there, and there is one description of like a birdman caterer, a birdman chef, but that's the one that kind of stands out to you. The connection you made there.
Grand Ball, like ball as in like a dance.
Yes, like a it's a socialite event for the upper crust of this city, and for like to discuss business and such. But the thing is, the man who ran it, or whose home it was, Verna Strongsword, his business, God's Blade weapons manufacture, has since shut, which has caused some unemployment issues.
Okay, cool. We'll carry on then, I suppose.
So,
unless anyone else has anyone wants to peruse the papers.
Fair.
I mean, I'll have a look at the one that you bought just to grab the same stuff.
Yeah. Anything you're looking for in particular?
I was also looking for the murderers.
Oh, the murderers. Make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
15. You see the same story, right? The Birdman connection with the business ball. In the back, oh yes, there is a reference to this goblinoid raid on Ruddlebarn. No descriptions are necessarily given of the adventurers or whoever was there who saved them, but it's just a warning more so about increased goblinoid activity in the general area.
Are we passing the journalists, or are we just? Or was that just kind of?
No. This was a passing newsboy papers that you passed by, but you do see beyond official offices, and in fact some Grecian style buildings which look to be like City Hall and such. You do see a series of what look to be reporters and people with loads of papers around a certain. Well, you see, you just about down one of the side streets see an office building which seems to have a newspaper name on it.
Okay. I'm not too sure how much time we have. I don't want to do a massive diversion.
No, of course. But
I'll make a I might make a note to go back there.
Sure. But yeah, you kind of there's not much else. You flick through it. Latest fashion trends of the season. Ruffs are in. Frilled sleeves. Are they on the way out? Maybe.
Ruffs are in.
I think I might quickly just say to Pete, perhaps the trail of blood continues, Detective Inspector. It seems a birdman was involved in the shutting down of this Werner Strongsword's business. It's caused an increase of crime during their occupation in this territory.
The way you're saying the Birdman is like, we need to find the Batman.
No, it is now. It's like crime everywhere. No, you're right. You're right, Morton. We need to find these murderers, the causes of unemployment. I hate them.
You say as you pass by the Guild of Commercial Law. I forget what the Guild of Commercial Law looks like, but it looks very stately. I could look up the description, but I won't. What I will look up the description for, though, is the Everbright Guild. As you come up to it now, it is a tall, imposing tower of lights and silver streams. Grand columns and some dancing, colourful lights illuminate the delicate facade on the front, which has a sign above a door, carved in stone, reading, "Please come in from the dark. All who pursue the light of knowledge are welcome." And of course, at the very top of the tower is this cage-like structure with a light that emits sunlight throughout a large part of this city. It stands by itself, separate from other streets and buildings. It seems to have its own location, in the center, basically where loads of streets roads converge, but it stands on its own. Do you enter?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. As you make your way in,
Turn around and be like, should we just keep this money?
The interest. Keep up the interest.
There is no interest.
Morton, you feel like people are looking at you. You just don't since walking through here, I mean, everyone seems pleasant enough and going about their business, but Morton, you just keep getting the sensation that people are staring at you. So you keep your hat down, but you make your way in. The doorway is suitable for most, but it's a bit short for you, Morton. This place is not for you. As you kind of duck your way in to this small reception area, it feels a bit claustrophobic for you, Morton. For everyone else, it feels fine, being shorter in stature. There is a seated sofa to the side and a reception desk in front in this warmly lit space. There is a female dwarf behind the reception, blonde hair in a ponytail. The room does split out into corridors to the left and right. Corridors presumably go around the base of the building and to staircases and beyond. There is, on the sofa to the right hand side, a green dragonborn male, 2 curled back horns in a yellow robe, kind of sitting awkwardly and kind of hunched on the small sofa, a few scrolls on his lap. He's twiddling his thumbs. But you have this receptionist as you enter say, "Good afternoon. How may I be of help?"
We've got a debt that we need to pay off.
A debt? Oh.
I mean, if you don't know anything about it, maybe it's being cleared.
No. A debt to the guild?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Let me have a look at my notes. As she opens, brings out
750 gold.
How much?
750, I think. That's what I've got written here.
750 gold. Let me have a look here. as she brings out or moves a book, a red leather bound large book in front of her as she starts to go through it. And your name is?
The Sunscrapers.
Sunscrapers. Was this recent? Just so I can check my dates.
How was it, Dan?
Yeah, it was
2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
a week or so ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just about a week ago.
Okay.
We got a teleport service.
Teleportation service. I see. Sunscrapers. Yes, I do have you down here. Out of character, was it 750 gold? I can double check it.
It was 1,000.
It was 1,000. Okay, I was just
trying to...
No. How much did you say it was for?
750 gold.
Interesting. I've written down 1,000 gold here.
But you've written down 1,000.
Well, as in, I've got on my paper here. It's 1,000 gold that you owe us. I don't know where the 750. Maybe a miscommunication, but you owe us 1,000 golds. As our records state.
Is that because of the interest? Because I was under the assumption that we shouldn't have started paying interest.
No. You're correct. No interest has been paid. Has been added yet. If you're paying now, the interest will only be added in a few days' time. No, it looks like what you originally owe is 1,000 gold.
I mean, this is. I suppose if that's what you're saying, then that must be what you're saying. But
must be
not very good customer service.
Is it not? Sorry. I'm just. It's what's written down here. 750 gold.
So so it's written down 750 gold. That's what you just said.
Sorry. You've confused me here.
Well, you've said it now.
No, it's 1,000 gold.
That's binding.
Seems like that deception check might have been successful.
No, it's 1,000. I've written down. Apologies for misspeaking. I do apologise for misspeaking. I'm so sorry. It's 1,000 gold.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I've written down.
Sangmin, he's got the chest.
You can make an official complaint if you wish to, but it will take some time and it could mean that you incur interest by the time it's resolved.
How about we pay this, make the official complaint, and we could always receive a refund if
a rebate. Yeah.
It's not. Yes. Okay. Yes, of course. Well, who will be paying the 1,000 golds for the Sunscraper's name?
Oh, that would be me. I pick up the bag of holding. It's like a little bag.
It's like a rucksack.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I just tip it.
As you tip it, are you tipping money or like a chest? Because last I remember, it was all put in a chest.
The chest slams on the desk.
On top of the book. Ah. Oh, okay. Right.
It's all in copper. I hope that's okay.
No, it looks to be in platinum. Give me just a moment to.
Sorry, I must be colorblind.
That's okay. I'm just going to, as she moves it away from her desk, well, onto her desk, but away from her book, as she starts to look through. Sorry, don't mind me. Just a couple of minutes, please. Is there anything you're doing in these couple of minutes? Whilst you're kind of waiting, you've got the Green Dragonborn kind of looks to you, gives you like a little nod, just goes back to his parchment.
Maybe I'll ask. I might ask that Dragonborn. What are you here for, sir?
I've got some research on teleportation sigils. Is all that I wanted to present. I'm just waiting for my appointment. Is all. I hope it goes well. Yes. Are you paying off a debt? It seems.
Unfortunately, yes. We needed the teleportation to save the entire world, but apparently that's not good enough for these people.
On behalf of me, who lives in this world, thank you. Thank you. I hope you managed to get your debts paid off fine, and he seems a bit absent-minded, a bit distracted by his by whatever presentation he's about to have. Well, I hope you have a good time in the city. The name's Torin. Torin Myerstan.
Nice to meet you, Torin.
It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Yes. It's a nice guild. It's a nice place. This they do good research. They do good research. I just hope I can contribute with my own findings here. Yeah. As the receptionist turns back, yeah, that's all in order. That's all in order there. Thank you very much. I've made the mark there. Did you want to submit a complaint or just a question, as it were?
Yeah, I'll fill out the form.
Okay, there you go. She hands you a sheet and a pencil.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Pete, while you're filling in the form, I'll handle that note that you had, and they might be able to use some of the research from the news from the Goblin King in their research.
Oh yes, of course, yes. I hand it over as I'm sort of kind of filling out the form. Yeah, here you go.
Was this research to submit?
Yes, so here's a note from it's a letter from the Goblin King. Hang on one sec. Raxor. Supposedly Neglubliet contacted Raxor about planar disturbances, and there are other creatures that can sense it. Well, you'll see on the note. Here, have a read. We've been working with the Everbright Guild on this research for a little while, and so we thought this would be.
Have you been to other guild locations?
Which ones have we been to again? We've been to a lot. Pernod,
probably.
Yeah, did we go?
Newfoundland, yep. City. No, New Lifeland City.
Wherever we got teleported to.
Why do we do that every time?
Because it's very similar. I don't know if you went to the one in Esterheim, but you certainly would have done. I assume you would have gone to the New Lifeland City one and the Pono one.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Yes, they're very good branches. Well, all the branches are very good branches. Interesting. Yes, of course, because you met the Pono ones right after, like, there was a merman type.
Yeah, there was a merman.
Yeah.
And we would have teleported from New Lifeland to somewhere. I can't remember where we teleported to, but we would have met.
Zip Figgy Wiggle, I believe, from New Lifeland City teleported you. Yes, so you would have gone to the Esterheim one as well.
Yeah.
Because you would have gone there because you were teleported there. Yes, of course. So that was the transit. This is interesting. You see a series of tubings along the wall, and jutting out are, these kind of curved out ends. As she leans into one of them. Dagnall, we have people here with research on a planar disturbance. Please come down at your. Please come down as soon as you can. Thank you. Dagnall, one of our guild members will be here. I know that they've been doing research upon planar disturbances, so this might be of interest to them. As a few moments pass, as you finish out the form, Pete, and hand it back. Thank you. I will be sure to get this submitted. And then down from the left side, the left-hand corridor, comes Dagnall. Purple-dyed hair in a bob cut, a black cloak with yellow stars embroidered on it, a female dwarf. Hello, hi. Nice to meet you. I hear you have research or you have findings on a planar disturbance of some kind. Is that correct? As the receptionist hands the sheet to Dagnall. Ah. Oh, this is interesting. What are you looking for cost, for payment, for this?
1,000 gold.
Yeah, no, I will state. So it's what's it about then, in broad strokes?
But didn't you just read it?
No, I've just skimmed it because it's a fair few notes basically.
Well, there's news from Raxel, the Goblin King. He's heard more from the demon god Maglubiet. Maglubiet. Someone or something was peeking into his realm, testing the boundaries between planes, which sounds quite terrifying. It's happening all over. There's other divine beings sense it, but they don't want to meddle. They're just going to leave Maglubiet to, their devices, spelling the end of the world. Evidently, something is disrupting their home and other planes, which has caused strife for the goblin's deity. If that's not worth anything to you, we'll just take the notes back.
I'll pay 50 gold for the notes.
1,000 gold? What?
50 gold? It's not worth 1,000 gold.
Perhaps we could give you some more information about some mind flayers and things relating to that business. Would that be of interest?
Anything planar about it? My research is on planar disturbances.
They come from the astral plane, right?
Yeah. There was also the planar stuff in Perno. Can we not?
I did hear about that.
I think we've already...
Yes, I feel like you gave the... I heard about that.
Did we really?
Perno.
Okay.
Yes. I believe there was something about a portal to the plane of water being disturbed and switching to the wrong plane, to Avernus.
That was us.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Very nice. Well,
That's why
thank you for that research.
supporting us is an investment, because it encourages us to find more of these things to report it to you.
How about this? 70 gold.
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
Okay, that's fair.
Perfect.
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you very much for this research.
And also, sorry, we have this complaint, and if you could, maybe help get that over the line.
I don't deal.
Maybe
with
do
this.
some persuading internally.
You must know who runs the show around here.
I mean, yes, but I don't think this is their business either. To be honest, this is more of an accounting issue. So,
well, if you could just make a few calls, knocks on the door, then that'd be great.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
It's sorted then. Thank you. We'll await this confirmation.
Well, yes. If nothing happens, then I'm afraid that it's been.
You'll explain to us why it hasn't happened.
I won't,
And
I don't.
come to an agreement about how we can resolve the situation.
No, I mean, you could come back and see if the issue's been resolved or how it's been resolved, but if you do not hear back, or it's likely the case has been refused.
Thank you for getting in touch.
I will not be getting in touch, but thank you for the research. Here is 70 gold in platinum, as she hands over.
And now we will await our 250 gold rebate.
Yes, no, that's not how that works. But thank you for your concern, as valid as it may be. It's not my department.
Very.
Yes, of course, but it's not. Again, it's not my. I'm just doing research on. I'm just doing research on.
I do feel like this complaint is very valid, to be honest,
Jenna,
because she did say.
As the receptionist turns around, yes, this is not Dagnall's work to do. This is for our accounts department. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
It was worth
strange.
a try, Sangman, wasn't it?
It's rightfully ours.
Well, we can always sneak back in later.
You flash back to Pete. It's not rightfully yours. You owed 1,000 gold.
I have no memory. I don't remember this.
Okay, sure.
I reject that memory.
Well, thank you again. Let us know if you need anything else. We'll be here like we always are. Thank you for the research. Thank you for paying off the debts. And good luck with the rest of your time here in our city of Karalviese.
And thank you for ripping us off. Come on, everyone.
I've it written down on my records.
Who's keeping track of that 70 gold we just got?
Oh yeah, should we?
Does the Sangman have the pot? I don't understand how.
I can put it in the bag of holding chest.
Sure.
I took back the chest, by the way.
Yeah,
they don't get to keep it.
Good, yeah.
So on the sheet for the Sunscraper inventory, we've got 515 gold for Sangmin, and then it says bag of holding reward money. Was that just the 1,000 that we've got rid of?
Yeah, so I'll get rid of that now.
Yeah. And I guess just add 70 to your total.
Yeah, I just did.
Well, I guess it'll be... Alright, yeah. I guess Morton handed over the research, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's kind of shared gold.
I'm happy to redistribute, because we all, like, pay for each other's stuff, like...
Yeah.
I mean, for now, that's fine if we...
Torin, you'll be seen now. As Torin, the Green Dragonborn, kind of... Very good. Stands up, bumps his head on the wall. Not the ceiling, sorry. By the 9 hells, as he lifts up his parchment and papers. Well, best of luck to you and the rest of your journey here. Best of luck to me as well with this teleportation research. Okay. As he
goes past,
good luck, Torin.
Thank you.
I want to cast guidance on him.
Aww.
Yeah, just have a bit of bit of courage when you're doing your presentation. It'll go a long way.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
As he kind of puffs out his chest a bit with a bit more confidence and blasted thing as he hits his head again. Well, I'll be off now. As you see him like trading away down the right hand side corridor, as Dagonal also waves off and says bye as she walks off. Thank you again for the research. This will be put to good use. As you're left there in the reception area. Anything else at the Everbright Guild?
I think as we leave, if we're leaving, I'll say, yes, I may have neglected to mention to you the people here are really rude. They don't take kindly to strangers and anyone different to themselves. Really, I think once we've found out this, once we've apprehended the criminals that we tracked to this place, I think we should move on.
Agreed. We should just find these people and get out of here.
You know what, Morton? I always thought you were needlessly insecure, assuming the whole world was out to get you. I thought it was all in your head, you know? It was all a delusion, perhaps, but no, you were right. These people are
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
Oh god!
Has anyone ever said that in D&D before?
As you make your way out of you're outside of earshot as you leave the Everbright Guild.
What can I say? You were right.
Yeah. As Morton, you just kind of wander out and you just feel so weird about this place, especially because you never really would like hang out in this particular. You sometimes venture here, but rarely. It just feels like all eyes are on you. Anyway, yeah.
I don't have any sort of like divine sense. Like Morton, looking at you, do you seem visibly uncomfortable?
Yeah,
or are you
definitely? Yeah. I'm like looking around, trying to keep my head down and keep my eye out for anyone that I might know. Like how you're in a place where there might be an old like school friend or something, but not one that you want to talk to. So you're like looking around to see them so that you can hide yourself from them, like that kind of situation.
So seeing how uncomfortable Morton is, can I, like, glancing around, are people actually looking at him? Or
Make a
is this kind
perception
of all
check.
in his head? Where's D&D Beyond gone? Well, I'll just roll the dice to make sure. Okay, well that was an 8 plus. I seem to have shut the D&D. Oh no, it's there. Okay, an 8 plus 3, 12.
Hard to tell.
Wait, no, that's not 12. 11.
I would say it's 11 more like, but
Hard to
who's counting?
Hard to tell. I mean, looking around, you haven't noticed anyone looking at you, for what it's worth. You haven't noticed eyes on you, but you don't know.
What is the general population dwarves?
A lot of dwarves, but it's still very mixed. Dwarves, but you've also obviously got dragonborn, tieflings. You've got humans, evidently. The population would usually probably be more humans, but in this case it's more dwarves. Elves, half elves, gnomes.
Morton, you're a deep gnome, but like you're not like something went wrong.
I am a deep gnome, yeah. I just have a physical some sort of disability or whatever. I don't know what you would call it. Yeah, deformity. That's meant my limbs have stretched out longer than they should be, and my face is grown in disproportionate. Yeah.
Do we see any other deep gnomes? Or just normal gnomes?
With an 11, normal gnomes, maybe deep gnomes, but you couldn't really tell.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you off to now? Does Morton have any intention to seek out his past at all?
I think. Let me have a look quickly. Oh, I'm getting a call. Sorry, I'm gonna decline that call. I'll just. Who's the person, Dan? What's his name?
So,
I don't want to give too much away.
Alston.
Alston. Okay, yeah. And they're at the temple, right?
They're at the Temple of Denir. Yes.
Okay, so at the temple, I will pop over to the. I'll say, I have a contact who I think I can trust. One person here who might actually be worth something. Oh, actually, shit. I don't know that they're from the temple. I don't know they're from. As far as I'm concerned, they're from the library.
Well. I think you might know they're from the temple.
Okay.
Because they probably would have told you as much whenever they came to visit with books.
Okay.
I feel like there wouldn't be a reason that he would have hidden it from you. So, unless you want to play it another way.
Well, only because... I don't want to, tell everyone the exact story, the details, but
sure.
Only because, if they're taking books that...
Oh, right.
And they might not want word getting around. I don't know.
No, I think he would have trusted you enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine then. Okay. Was it... what's the name again? Sorry, Austin?
Alston Knackle.
Alston Knackle.
Yeah.
We will call him Austin.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Here we go.
Okay. If we head to this temple over here, there's someone named Alston Knackle, who I think we can trust to help us with our investigation.
Yes.
You say he's awful?
No, ask them Knuckles.
No, he's awesome.
He's awesome.
Awesome knackers.
Awesome knackers. That's his name.
Dan, can you just remind me from the previous sessions? outside of chasing these hag killers, what was our actual reason to?
Why are we here? Was it to pay our debt?
Literally just to pay your debt.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah. Which you've done. So well done.
So now we're on the.
Well, we're gonna stay around for that rebate to come through. We're gonna make it as easy as possible for them.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we might as well try and find these murderers.
I think so.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let's see. So we're calling it at past, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see where we're at that point, if that's all right. So you make your way through the city, back towards the same location from where the cave entrance that you'd come through, passing by a temple of Moradin, who is a lawful good god of creation for dwarves. I think the dwarves here would be knowledgeable of this particular deity. It's a very lavish and baroque building, motifs of forges and fire. But further beyond is a wide stone pantheon-like structure with the name carved above the pillars, the Grand Library. Nearby that is a smaller, slightly more squalid affair. It's a tallish stone structure, slightly lopsided, off near this library, but off on a separate street. Tall crisscross diamond windows around the building. The symbol of Dinia being really the only thing that marks it out as a temple, which is a purple eye with a triangular pupil. And that's a carved kind of protrusion above the doorway, with an ever-lit candle on top of this protrusion. Large double oak doors, and a smaller, kind of no more dwarf-sized door within the left door. As you make your way in, yes?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So,
I'll follow him Morton in.
Pushing through, because you can't make your way through the smaller door. You have to make do with the big double door. You do see some knocked about pews. Bless you. You see some knocked about pews at the end, before a wooden lectern with a large tome open on it. But that's really the only trappings of this being a temple. This, with one half-elf, it seems, sat at one of the pews, deep in thought. The rest is a mismatched mess of bookshelves, ladders, shelves, at strange angles, some stacked precariously on top of each other, a series of ladders to try to navigate the surroundings, a few tables and chairs strewn about for reading. The interior lit with floating candles that seem to collect and reabsorb their own wax, so as not to leave wax on the floor or on any of the books. The books may be misplaced and stacked on random shelves and, on any surface available, but none are on the floor, and none are apart from this one on the lectern, none are open. As well as books, there are some cubbies with parchments, writing utensils, inks, stamps, wax, for all purposes of writing and communication. But this is the Temple of Dinia. I don't know if you've ever been here before, Morton.
I might have passed through it on my way out.
But you may not have. Would you have been in it? Oh. And he's gone.
He's frozen.
Oh, you back?
I'm gone.
You're back now.
Everything was fine. I don't think I will have been in it.
That's all good. As you kind of look around, and Morton, around the corner from one particular crooked shelf, you see a familiar face. A gnome male, old gnome, with frizzed white hair and a long spindly beard, but his eyes look young and piercingly green. He's a bit hunched, kind of holding a candle with a book under his arm. As he makes eyes with you, Alston Knackle. Morton! My dear boy! As he puts the candle and the book on a nearby surface, as he runs up to you. Morton! How have you been? As he comes in for an embrace.
I sort of awkwardly pat him on the back.
My
Hello, Alston.
gods! Morton. Where have you been? Why did you leave?
I've been adventuring, discovering the world, and there's more to see than Karalviese.
Oh, yes, there is. Have your travels been good? Have you made company? Have you made friends?
At times, good, and I have my friends to keep me company. This is Pharos and Detective Inspector Pete Acton and Sangmin.
That's a pleasure. Oh, well, I knew you'd left. Thank you for the note. Your parents were in bits, Morton. Absolute bits. It's an impressive feat unto itself, to be honest, considering their usual dour kind of mood and demeanour.
Yes, well, I didn't expect them to be in bits. Perhaps they were just feeling more shame than they normally feel for me.
They were beside themselves. Their son had disappeared without any notice. Have you been safe? Have you been better?
I've been able to walk, and
I see.
It's more than I could do here.
You look like a vision of health, my dear boy. A true vision of health and of vibrance.
Perhaps one day. I'm better than I was, but I don't know how much time I have on this world. I want to make the most of it.
Plenty of years, boy. You've got your whole life ahead of you. And Morton.
Well. Sorry, Karen.
No,
Karen.
I was going to ask. How you've been well physically? How have you been here and here?
Better. I found people who perhaps were cold at the start, but I think we're growing to know each other and grow accustomed to each other's company.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Has it been better than being here? Are you happy with your choice?
Yes, very much so. I was frankly nervous to return. We are really only here to pay a debt, and we also
You're not having financial problems, are you?
Well, we're okay. We owed a debt to the Everbright Guild, and we've paid it off now.
I'm glad to hear. Sorry, I interrupted you, boy. Please continue.
Well, we also...
Oh. He's cut off.
Lady. What is going on?
Sorry, you're back now.
Oh, my battery is dying. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't know why it's dying. It's on charge.
We'll wrap in a sec, in any case.
Yes, a birdman, a Goliath, and some others terrorizing old women and shutting down businesses. Apparently they terrorized Mr.
Strong Sword.
Strong Sword. Yes, apparently they shut down his entire business operation. We just wanted to investigate that on our way.
Oh, well, yes, I mean, that is something that's been troubling the city. His manufacture's been shut down. I do not know why. It was not made clear in the papers. But it was shut down and has left many people unemployed, and Werner Strongsword has just disappeared entirely. After the debacle that is at his ball, I'll have to think deeper about the reference to Goliaths and bird people and such, but there may have been passing adventurers, but I do not know. The result of the manufacture closing has led to an increase in, unfortunately, petty thefts, mostly, since, well, you know how it is. People need to make money, and if they do not have the opportunity to do so, I mean, for all the great things the city has, you can see, obviously, there is a great divide, quite physically as well. And now many of those workers are out of jobs. I know military police are looking for people to help with a plan to expand some work operations, to expand upon available opportunities for people here. So I'm sure maybe you and your friends might be able to help with that. There is a larger thing I'd like to help with, but that is yes, that is to do with your interest, your research, right? In the research of caverns, of mapping out underground systems.
Yes, I've made some progress while I've been away.
I'm absolutely fascinated to hear about it. I really am. And we should catch up about that. This is one for later, but I do know that the city of Olhem in Arlen, up north. I do not know if you know of the place, but it's a wintry cold land, up north of the Freystadt, beyond the sea. The capital city, Olhem. They are apparently making some sort of tower there. And it is almost finished construction. However, I've heard it's going to block off underground passages that have yet to be mapped out. Which I think it would be a damned shame if we do not fully explore those caverns beneath the city. For it's got such a legacy, that city, such a history. A bastion of civilization, as it were. And to think that this construction could stop that from the secrets from ever being found. I don't know if it's for you, of course. It is a harsh, unforgiving land, but I do know I would be heartbroken if those caverns were not fully mapped out or ever fully explored before the full construction of this whatever tower they're creating in this city. Just to map out our records, of all these lands beneath lands that we do take for granted so often, or we never fully recognise. But yes, that's a discussion for another time.
Thanks for the information. I think first we'll talk to the military police and then continue onwards after we've concluded our investigation here.
Investigation? Wow, my, how you've become so proper and so important. I'm so happy to see it. I'm glad you seem to be finding what you're looking for. And I don't know, maybe if you'll find what you're looking for here, as well as outside. Hopefully. Well, I'm excited you're back, Morton. I've truly missed you, as have your family. We've all missed you. And we're glad to have you.